did it do mornings feeling great because you won that big game, and wake up a couple other mornings feeling down because you lost a close one? And if the answer is yes, and I think it is, then I'm going to tell you it's a pretty damn successful season. Let's get into it. Good morning, boys and girls, and happy Friday, or more so, good Friday to you. Opening drive is on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. I'm Jeff Sabieta. He is JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
It do a lot. First of all, traffic report. The right lane's open. No. That accident on westbound Louisiana, if you're coming in on I-40 coming westbound, the right shoulder is open. Everything's being forced onto the right shoulder. That means semis and everybody else. Give yourself a lot more time than maybe our traffic people may be telling you to give yourself. It's a mess out there. So, and I'm going to imagine it's getting a little tougher. So if you're coming westbound I-40, maybe think of another route, take Lomas or Central or something, or find a little extra time. That's my public service announcement for the day. All right, 74-69 last night. Lobos shoot, and they really struggled from the three-point lane. 7 for 33. Jake Hall, obviously, the top of the scouting report, as he should be. And dude still went out and led the team in scoring with 20 points. Jake Hall, to me, didn't shoot really well, and I thought played a really, really nice game. We'll get into that. But it ends. Tulsa there's one line that tells the story of this game, and it's the three-point line. 12 for 32 for them, 7 for 33 for you, and they beat you by 5 points. Because that's really where it was. Rebounds were relatively even. They out-rebounded you by 2. Turnovers, they turned the ball over more than you did. Assists, 17-13 for them. They just shot the ball better from three-point land, and you didn't. And they got a few more open looks. I thought Jake was good getting to the rim. I thought Jake was good. I thought that baseline fadeaway on the left baseline was beautiful. But nobody else really, really helped him out in scoring. And what do we talk about all the time with this team? I mean, it was JT Rock. You didn't think that's where it was coming from. JJ, we talk all the time. If it's not going to come from Hall and Bullion, where else is it going to come from? You got 9 from Albury, 8 from Tenet, and it ends. And I thought, we'll get into it. I thought a really, really, really good season, and you got nothing to be embarrassed about losing by 5 points to a good team in the semifinals of the NIT.
No, and that was the talk going into the game. Tulsa's a great shooting team. The numbers they have, the amount of shooters that they have, and to be -6 in three-point shooting at the half, be down 7 in a manageable game, to have yourself tied at 59 with a Jake Hall wide open look on the top of the key that he missed, and it turns into a transition 2. That was just kind of the night it was. Jake Hall missed a lot of open shots last night. He's a scorer. He found a way to keep his team in it in the second half, get to the basket, hit that mid-range game, score inside. But he missed a lot of shots that you expect him to make, which could have helped swing the game. But the 40 minutes last night from the Lobos was what this team became this season. There might be some deficiencies. There might be some areas you say, wish you could be better here, wish you could be better there. But they find a way to give themselves a chance, and they did that last night.
Yeah, I'm not putting this on Jake Hall. He missed some shots. He did.
It's not his fault, but he's your best three-point shooter.
And he scored 20 points.
He hit 1 3.
Yeah, he hit 1 3, and he was 1 for 10. Yeah, he didn't shoot well. I thought he played well. I don't think he shot well. And I wanted that last one to go only, if nothing else, because I wanted him to tie Trae Young.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I just wanted him to be able to tie Trae Young and say, man, that guy is right there with one of those NBA studs. But didn't go. He ends up finishing 4th on the all-time freshman three-point list behind. Was it Antonio Davis? Is that right? From Detroit, and then Steph Curry and Trae Young, which is just bonkers to be on a list with those kind of dudes. So, Bullion to me continued to have problems with when he's double teamed and big, right? And he shot 4 for 13 down low, had 7 rebounds. The scouting report on New Mexico, you and I could put together, right? And so I give them a lot of credit. The scouting report is do not let Jake Hall beat you from the outside and put 2 bodies on Bullion and bother him down low, right? And then Chase Tenet, and he's quick, and right, the other, I mean, as you go down the scouting report. But the top of the scouting report, stick to Hall everywhere he goes. I don't care if he's on the other side of the court. Stick to Hall. Don't let him get an open shot. Bother him, harass him. Nothing easy. And then 2 bodies on Bullion, and then let's see who else can beat me.
Yeah, and I think that's what is so impressive with this team is everything you laid out. There's not a lot of dudes you're scared of outside of J. Cole getting hot from 3. And here they were with this opportunity, a game away from an NIT championship.
Yeah, and that's why I think, this can be the beginning of something. And I say could be the beginning of something because the uncertainties and you just don't know. And I don't know that Eric Olin or anybody else did anything to make you feel better about it when it was all said and done. And we'll get into that in the future. If Eric stays, I think, first of all, he's proven he can put together a roster because he put this roster together pretty much last minute, late, right? I mean, everything's last minute and late. And you'll be signing guys, as will everybody else, through the summer. But when he came in and there was nothing but some basketballs and a sports information director and one manager, I think he's proven that he can put together something. And I think it's even more attractive now to come to New Mexico, although you will have the conversation about, the league not being the same. But you can win at New Mexico. You can go to the postseason at New Mexico. You can have unbelievable fan support at New Mexico. And it's a place that you would want to play basketball for a coach for whom you would want to play basketball. So I think there's a lot of positives that come out of not just the season, but certainly the postseason run. And again, I'll reiterate what I said yesterday. I'm glad they opted. I think this was positive. I get it, right? Only one of those 32 teams is going to end up cutting down nets. Everybody else is going to end their season on a loss. And New Mexico ends up losing in the semifinal. And understanding you walk away losing by 5 and you didn't play well.
Didn't play well at all.
Yeah, I mean, they just did not play well. And we'll get into some of the sound. I guess the conversation as we go through today, and we'll do this, and I'm really interested in where you are. I think I know where you're going to be on this. I hope I do. I want to recap the season, and you can put it in whatever context you want to put it in. Okay, that means, what was it? Was it wins and losses? Was it NIT versus NCAA? Was it when you put it in the context, though? I think, well, I don't want to tell you how to be a fan. For me, I think you got to measure everything, and I think you got to go back to the beginning. Now that it's over and we're looking back, right? And I don't want to play the if I'd have told you game, but we might, right? You've got to put into context where it started, what your expectations were, where it ended. And maybe this was right where your expectations were. You know what Final Four of the NIT is about, what I thought. All right, cool. All right, maybe. But do you think that's a fair way to look at it?
Yeah, I don't think anyone was really thinking NIT before the season, but it's one that once you got here, enjoy the moment. And that's what I appreciate about this team, the character that they showed to come together and play hard in these games. Now, it lined up well that you had 3 home games to ignite your fan base, and they gave them something else to come out to. But with everything in this era, and already people, if he's not going to answer this or if they're not going to answer that, then we don't want you here if you don't want to be here type of stuff, and asking if they want to be fans anymore in this era. Like, to see this team come together and just play basketball was nice. And it just goes back to your thought of, did you enjoy the season?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the run, the moments, rooting for the program?
Yeah, we always ask, why are you sports fans? Why do we do this, right? If it's just to complain every day and call this show and whine about it, that's cool. I mean, if that's the reason, I mean, cool. But at some point, you got to believe you want to get some enjoyment out of it. And I firmly believe the majority, if not all, Lobo basketball fans got a large dose of enjoyment out of this season.
I would assume so. I had a friend hit me up last night. He's like, "Hey, do you want to go watch the game?" I was like, "Sure." And then we went out to the office on the west side, and
attaboy, love that spot.
Got there at like 4:45, and I was like, "Holy smokes!"
Packed, right?
And they're all there for the Lobo game.
Yeah, packed. Yeah, no, Bailey's place. That's a great spot out. All right, so let's go today. 505-246-0610. That's the Sports Animals phone line, the Sports Animal Meineke on San Pedro text line. You'll get fair and affordable care for your car at Meineke on San Pedro. 505-246-0610. The email, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. On the X, it's _JJ Buck. Adrian's producing on the TV side. You can watch us on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico, on our Facebook page, and on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. I do need a break, right? All right. Well, we're going to the phones. You're starting in 505-246-0610. Going to go right to you when we get back. We're going to get into Tiger because, I was late, too. I was on the phone with the president. I apologize. Lakers and OKC last night. Never mind the score, which was like a 43-point win or whatever it was. Luka's hurt. We'll get there. We're going to be joined by Xavier Jackson, the defensive coordinator of the Chupacabras, coming up at 9 o'clock. They got a big game tomorrow out at Tingley Coliseum against the Sugar Skulls of Tucson. So we'll get there as well. 505-246-0610. Fellas, what do you do when your energy isn't there? Your drive is not present. Your focus is not focused. You just don't feel like you. You don't blame age. You don't hope it'll go away. You don't think it's just going to take care of itself. You know why? Because it won't. What you do is go see the experts at Vita Vital Medical. Hormones tend to play a huge role in men who feel down every single day. Vita Vital Medical specializes in this. They've helped thousands of men all over the globe feel better. Vita Vital actually tests. They actually evaluate, and then they explain to you what's going on with your body. So you stop guessing what's going on and you get real answers, real results. You're going to meet with real medical providers and create a plan based on your test results. So whether it's testosterone optimization, medical weight loss, peptides to boost performance and recovery, everything they do is medically guided and tailored specifically for men who want to feel better, stronger, and more in control. Men who want to feel better, and it works. So stop settling, stop feeling off, take action and get real results, and listen to what they're doing for you right now. Right now, Vita Vital Medical is offering your initial exam and blood work for just $79. $79 to figure out what's going on with you and why you feel sluggish, down, fatigued. Here's the number, 505-537-8484. 505-537-8484. Or go online to VitaVitalMedical.com. That's V-I-D as in David A, V-I-T as in Thomas A-L, VitaVitalMedical.com.
What's up, guys? David Pollack here, former Georgia Bull.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Poked away by Bishop. Bishop takes off. Here comes the money. Up and in. Taylor. Well, here's Bishop once again. Little scoop and score. Back-to-back steals and scoop and scores.
Mieta, catch and shoot. Yes, nylon. First field goal of the night for Chase Mieta.
Chavez, coast to coast, takes it himself. Blocked at the rim.
He went against those trees and
changing threes. Bramlett brings it left wing. Cooper, he'll take a triple and rattle it in.
well, I'll tell you what, Wequeba heating it up right now.
Rifle down ahead to Deschler, who skips it across the baseline. On a catch and shoot for Willis. Gets it back. A kick. Open look. High arcing three. Rattles in for Grace Baca.
Cleveland need a basket right now.
Way outside on the wing, it's Bracken. Now here's Bowie for three. Swish, Bowie.
He hurt. I think that, Hope would be elite ahead right now.
Campbell for three. Knocks it down. Can't connect. Offensive rebound, another block for Huron.
Always in the right place at the right time.
Block, the rebound put up. That's off the mark by Weddle. Here comes the break now for Bramlett. Lob underneath. Slam dunk. Hunter Butler.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area.
Really do. Thanks, Mike, for the call. 505-246-0610. And that's the lens in which I'm looking through. Was it enjoyable and successful? And I did it exceed expectations? This was one of those, I think we started, JJ. You just don't know, right? Global basketball and football. I think we both went into the seasons. And everybody asks you and me all the time, how are the Lobos going to be? How are they going to? And I think I said, I don't know more this preseason in both football and basketball than I've ever said before. And I remember the conversation I was having with people was, I think they're pretty good, but I don't know, because the people who are allowed in practice, whom I trust, were telling me, wow, they're really good. Wait till you see Bullion. He's going to be unbelievable. Right. And Chol is great. And so I was listening to some people I trust, and you look at the roster and you say, well, I think you construct a pretty good roster. This JT Rock kid's pretty good from Iowa State, at least, or potentially. Now Chol wasn't the go-to guy you thought he was, but Hall was way better than you thought. So through that lens, I think it was a pretty successful season.
it was a very successful season. And while the program itself carries a certain expectation, it's different how every team gets there. And that's why I would give this season an A. Like if somebody, what was your grade for this season? I give them an A because they started with nothing. And to be competitive and to be late in the season competing for a regular season championship, to take the thought of going to the NCAA tournament with you to Vegas still and have that opportunity, which came up short at the end, but then to come back together and go on this NIT run, I think it was a very impressive thing from this group. And you saw, especially last night, just watching Eric Olin in that press conference, how hurt he was, how much he cared, like what this means to him. And that's what you want to see, that level of buy-in, investment, because a lot of times all people are looking for is, do you feel the way I do about it? And Eric Olin absolutely felt the way you did about winning and losing with his local basketball team.
Yeah. All right. Jake Hall's going to be in the record books for a long time. Kenny Thomas is still there 30 years later. Jake Hall's going to be there with a lot of the marks he set. The 37th start of the season. They never played 37 games before, so I don't know how somebody's going to beat him for 37 starts. It's going to be a long time. The 94th freshman in the history of Division I to score 600 points. His 605 points were UNM and Mountain West freshman. 12 20-point games. The UNM freshman record. He's tied for second most by a freshman in Mountain West history. That UNM mark is going to be there. The 26 wins under Eric Olin. Second most in program history for a first-year head coach. I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday. Who do you think has the most? It's got to be Alford. Patino. No, remember Patino's first year? Oh, yeah. Bliss? Franchilla? This is for Shilla. No. Craig Neal. I think Craig Neal's like not everybody's. I guess Paul Weir might have been the next lowest guess, but he probably had a pretty good first year too. So, all that's there. What happens next is going to be a big conversation. JJ, what did I tell you? When was the damn tournament? Was it a month ago, the Mountain West tournament? That about? All right, so I came back. I know I told you on that Monday when we came back. I think we had Eric Olin on the show that day. And I asked him about to confirm this. I told you then that I had heard that Tomislav Buljan has been granted another year of eligibility by the NCAA, right?
Yes.
I guess it's official now that Grammer says it.
Or that it came from Tomislav.
Yeah. No, and Tomislav confirmed to him, to Grammer last. Although I had a... But... UNM has not confirmed it. Remember Eric Olin said, we've heard positive things. I don't think it's done, I believe is what he said. Tomislav confirmed to Grammer last night that he has been granted another year of eligibility by the NCAA. Now, UNM still hasn't confirmed it. That's their option. That's cool. Where Buljan will play, and I told you that at the time that Monday, 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play at UNM. Grammer asked him last night when you might decide you could. Do you think he's $1 million guy, Power Conference $1 million guy? I mean, I guess the way they're throwing money around right now, maybe.
So the Buljan question.
Yeah.
There's a couple ways that I was thinking through this.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much more of a ceiling for him.
Okay.
Maybe, sure. Could you develop mid-range game? Oh, okay, that's entirely possible. But you got to think he's been playing at a high level for a while now, and that hasn't become part of his game. I'm fine with the way he moves with the basketball. I don't think he has a lot of post moves to go to other than volleyball.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's not there. But I don't think I'm paying $1 million for that, which is not going to get better, which then could potentially block JT Rock. And I think JT Rock has a higher ceiling than Buljan.
Yeah, I think all that's right. I think he's a good player. I'd love to have him back. I don't know if they want him back. I don't know if they don't. Grammer asked him, when will you make your decision? Quote, soon. We all know that the transfer portal opens soon, Monday. I need to talk with my representatives about the next steps. I'm going to talk with coaches here, and then we're going to see. It's not all about the money. It's honestly about fit, more or less. Money, that's just relative because I want to play basketball at a high level. I want to improve. I know the things I need to do better each year and hopefully go on to a higher level. So, I mean, it's going to be tough to decide, but I expect that everybody's going to know soon what I'm going to do next season, end quote. What if I put it 35% he stays? Is that fair?
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't plan. How about that one? All right. No. I mean, that. I mean, I'm just an odds maker here. What the hell do I know? But I mean, I did tell you. You know how they say Yahoo Sports reported this for? How come Grammer didn't say, we reported? Just
He
ask.
probably wasn't listening.
He always listens. It's the opening drive. Let's go. Want to hear from you. 505-246-0610. Your thoughts on the game last night and the season as a whole on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Channel.
Traffic on I-40 with slowdowns from...
For info, please call 505-897-2420. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
TurboThread, proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cash.
It's that time of year, thinking about the yard quite a bit, aren't you? You're spending more and more time in the yard, aren't you? LaBarge Landscape is going to make it somewhere you absolutely want to be all the time. They came out to my house, took care of my landscapes. Love them. Totally over-delivered. It was just a mess for me. I mean, not some of the stuff you see on TV, but it got away from me. Not my thing. I just didn't have time. It's like the grass was dying. The sprinklers weren't working well. There was stuff growing all over the place. Stoked me. I love being in the backyard. I love the front yard now that I pull up to it. They will do this for you. whatever it is you're looking for, LaBarge Landscape is the right decision. And now is the time to call because they're getting really, really busy. I saw Ashley and Ruth a few weeks back. They said, sports animals are calling like crazy. And I know you guys have been stoked with it. 33 years they've been doing this in this market, creating beautiful landscapes for you to enjoy. Family owned, family operated, licensed, bonded, insured. They do what they say they're going to do. For me, way over delivered. Enjoy your new landscape. You want a brand new yard? You got a bunch of stuff you want to do? Tell them what you want. They'll take care of it for you. You know you want something, but you're not sure what. You got this space. What can I do with it? They're experts at this. Their design team is fabulous. They'll come out and a bunch of different designs and sketches for you to look at until you and your family get the landscape of your dream. Call them now. Set something up. Go look at their website, LaBarge, LaBarge, LaBargeLandscape.net. Bounce around the website, look at the pictures, and then call 505-345-3000. 505-345-3000 and make your appointment, because whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, 505-246-0610. We're into the game last night. Lobos season ends 74-69. They lose to Tulsa, end the season 26-11. Your thoughts on the season overall, your thoughts on where did you enjoy it? Successful, looking forward. It's hard to look forward, isn't it? Because
you just don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know what you're looking forward to.
Yeah, not sure. I believe this one looks like the best team in New Mexico was the Aggies this season. NMSU 76, Lobos 68. Lobos couldn't beat any Aggies team this season, New Mexico State or Utah State. Yeah, Aggies did beat them. Hard to say the best. I mean, it's the best team the one wins. You will always have that Aggie fan. You will always have that. Finishing 10th in Conference USA and barely making your tournament, as opposed to a team that went to the Final Four of the NIT. It's hard for me to say they were better. They were a better team or had a better season, but you did beat them. You do have that, and if that's the ultimate test, then yes, the Aggies were the better team, and you have that to enjoy. But you're right, JJ. It's just hard to look forward because what is it you're looking forward to? And it's going to be, I don't know, if not a few weeks, it might be even longer than that.
I wouldn't expect it to take that long for some of the core players to make their announcements.
Well, does it start at the top? Or like does Olin need to say, I'm here? And what does that mean?
It wouldn't help some people.
So if Olin says, I'm here, and then pick your job that opens up, right? As the dominoes fall from Carolina to wherever, right? Let's say Carolina, let's just say they hire Tommy Lloyd, and Arizona hires, I don't know, man. I don't want to just throw names out there, but right, and a job opens, and oh, look at that. And they're, so I understand why he'd never want to say never. I'm the coach at New Mexico, and that's what he said last night. I'm the coach at New Mexico. Now I'm not going to talk about a job that's not, right? Text line, blessed Good Friday, fellas, and a very good morning. We're all Lobo basketball fans, right? We never want the season to end. My only thought today was that watching the game last night there was not any thought to guard the three and play the 2-point field goal and see who scores more 2-point field goals. Why are we chucking up threes when they're not going in? Yeah, they had open looks, but they weren't going in. And I'm pretty sure that, Jim, was the issue because you saw these guys banking in threes and missing back iron, missing short, like their eye perception was messed up. I'm not sure. They had enough shooting time in that gym. But anyways, I'm done with my rant. Have a good day. I don't know, man. Tulsa shot 12 of 32. Same gym, right? Same rims.
I actually really like a lot of the stuff Tulsa runs to get look. Just with the handoffs or not even running initial screen, but getting guys to the sideline. They're very effective at it. And the Lobos tried to guard it and got beat.
Yeah.
That was a team that was a little more athletic than you, was a little more physical than you. And that was evident, too, a lot inside because Tulsa got the Lobos hesitating. They didn't pull the trigger a lot. There was a lot of pump fakes.
I thought they passed up a lot of shots.
Yeah. Right. And if it's open, you got to keep shooting.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And if you're not going to guard, look, these are two teams who live and die by the three. Why were they shooting threes? A, they got a lot of open shots, and B, it's kind of their game. And I'll give it to Jake Hall. He did take 10 of them. he only took 14 shots. So he only took 4 2-point shots. He made, that can't be right, can it? Yeah, he made all 4 of the 2-point shots he took. Yeah. I mean, why not take more? I mean, this is what they do, and shooters shoot. And so you think you're going to shoot yourself out. Like Scholl's looks were open. He missed them. Jake missed some open shots. I mean, you can say, hey, I don't want Jake Hall shooting threes. Guy made 18 of them this year. That's his game. You can say, well, you're not making them tonight. Well, as soon as he makes that first one, that's what shooters do, right? They go on a run. Mud says the season was a super great season. No one knew what we were getting into with Coach Olin, a new coach, new staff, new players. After the NMSU loss, everyone was expecting Lobos to roll over and be mediocre, but that didn't happen. I love this team and will always be a Lobos diehard. Future looks bright, and I and everyone else expect a postseason every year, preferably the NCAA Final Four. Let's go Lobos, on to football. If you're expecting the NCAA Final Four every year, your expectations might be a little high, but NCAA tournament expectations going into most years is not something you shouldn't think about. Fair?
Yep.
And again, let's see where you go. I agree with Mud for the most part. A really, really good season. Would I call it super great? I might stop a little short of super great, but I would absolutely really, really good. You said A. I'd probably B plus it. A, because they didn't make, not an A, because I think A is the NCAA tournament. Yeah. But with all the factors in, I think B plus is a damn good grade. I think, again, everything we talked about, not knowing, freshman based, all the positives, all the growth, all the fun, all the excitement. I mean, all the good times. It was fun. This was a fun, likable team to me. And, as I sit in this seat, and the seat that I got to sit in for 10 games calling radio play-by-play, I really enjoyed this team.
I think a lot of people did. Now, it's kind of interesting after the fact. Some people feeling like they didn't know the team enough, didn't like media availability, things along those lines. But I think watching the team play, they had that kind of energy and grit that people looking for.
I thought they were made available. You weren't allowed to practice, right? But I thought they were made available. My favorite one, people don't like, or I say people, there's like one who doesn't like Olin, thinks he's arrogant and doesn't like the way he drinks his water. Like, I don't like that he always just goes to the water. I'm like, are you out of here?
Have you seen standing on the sideline the wrong way?
Yeah, no, it's Rocky Long standing with his arms crossed. Yeah. He's arrogant in just the way he was always drinking off that water bottle. I literally read that on the social media. And I'm like, wait, what? I don't like the way he always drinks water. He hydrates too much. He didn't say hydrate. He just didn't like. And did you find him to be arrogant?
No,
I do not either. I find him to be incredibly confident. Look, man, everybody's not super hype guy. He's pretty low key, and I'm down with that. I will tell you this, man. When he gets into his players, he gets into his players. There are plenty of times late in this season now where I was at games and watching him get into Jake Hall or Tanette or Rock or whomever coming off the floor. He coaches. He's coaching during games. And I'll tell you something else. I don't care if you like the way he sips his water. You know who respects that guy? Well, guys who play for him seem to respect him a lot. So we'll see. But to me, really, really, really good season. All right, we go there. Coming up at 9 o'clock, Xavier Jackson's going to be with us. He is the Chupacabras defensive coordinator. Big game tomorrow against the Tucson Sugar Skulls out at Tingley Coliseum, so we'll get you ready for that. Get into the Lakers and OKC last night. That was supposed to be huge. Oh, it was huge, all right. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. An AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
TurboThread, proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThread.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
And Wemby and Jokic in whatever order you want to put them in, and then Luka's like he's the fourth guy, or is he in the conversation?
If he does not play the rest of the year, he won't be eligible.
Oh, he won't even hit the 65 games.
He's at 64 games.
Oh man, at 64, so literally he's just got to step on a court once.
Yeah,
like literally, you just put him
in the East. You have to have Jaylen Brown in the conversation.
I think that's right. I think that's right.
To talk about Jaylen Brown, where it is now an over 50-win Boston team, that he was the key in keeping them competitive. And Jason Tatum was like, you know what? Maybe I will come back from this injury. And then all of a sudden, Jason Tatum was out there like getting triple doubles. We're like, goodness.
Yeah. On the Doncic injury, it looked like late in the first half he hurt it. Went back out in the third quarter, planted his left leg dribbling, and it seized, and he doubled over and laid down on the baseline, hands covering his face. They called timeout. Teammates came over, surrounded him. He did walk back to the visitors' locker room. It was really gingerly. There was 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. The Lakers were already down 90-58. Head down, pulled the collar of his jersey like they wanted to tear it off in frustration. You know, man, guys know their body, right? Guys know their body. They know the difference between just something tug and bleep. This isn't. And you ever? I know I've asked you this before. You ever pull or tear your hamstring?
Never torn it.
I heard mine pop once, just playing ball years ago, running out, trying to outrun a ground ball to first base, and just heard, it just felt, dude. And by the time, I said by the time I got home, it was like green, purple, blue, pink, all every shade of the rainbow. And it took, and again, I wasn't a world-class athlete, but it took a long time for that thing to feel better. Like hamstrings linger, soft tissue lingers.
If it was anyone other than OKC, he wouldn't have played the second half.
Probably right. And so maybe it wouldn't have been as bad as what you're saying. So it probably had an injury, but went out and aggravated.
I think they said they cleared him at halftime. Like, all right, yeah, it happened, but it's OKC. I think the Lakers wanted to make a statement. wanted to keep the momentum going, and here they
are. On that, yeah, that's what JJ Redick said. We checked him out. He got work done. He was cleared. I mean, again, we're not going to put a player at risk. And again, players make decisions too. You got to be honest with medical staff about your body, but that's a big. Luka Doncic, MVP candidate. If we hear more on that, we'll let you know the MRI is today. All right. Do some gladiator stuff at 9 o'clock. Chupacabras stuff at 9 o'clock. Xavier Johnson, the defensive coordinator, is going to be with us. Got some NFL, and I want your thoughts. Recap the season. Lobos lose 74-69 in the NIT semifinal, end the season 26-11. When we get back, can we hear Eric Olin's post? You'll hear what he had to say after the game. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Out.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you.
Best in local sports talk. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Good Friday. Hope you're living well. Tough one last night for Lobo fans, 74-69. The season ends at Hinkle Fieldhouse in the semifinal of the National Invitation Tournament. 74-69, they lose to the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. 26-11 is the final record for UNM. Jake Hall leads the way with 20 points, just one of 10 from three-point shooting, found his points elsewhere. Only one other Lobo in double figures. That would be JT Rock with 14. Golden Hurricane were led by 13 points by David Green. They had 12 from Papola. And that was a nice team they played. A good team. Were they like blow your socks off? Unbelievable? No, but they played better than New Mexico last night. And look at one stat, and that I think is going to tell you the story, and that's the three-point shooting. Tulsa 12 of 32, New Mexico 7 of 33. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, 505-246-0610 is the Sports Animal phone line, and the Sports Animal Manikian San Pedro text line. So Manikian San Pedro is car care done right. And JJ, we're kind of just looking back over the season, and we're going to look forward a little bit. And, I think the thoughts are where most Lobo fan is as you sit back and a little bit still stung by, I don't even want to say a little bit, you're stung by the disappointment of a loss, and you always are when it ends on a loss. I think as most people look back and say, man, I had no idea what we're getting into, and this was a hell of a ride. You go back, take this thing back to November and the roller coaster and not knowing anything about it. And one of the most defining times of the year to me was how they responded to those two losses. When they lost to New Mexico State and Nebraska back-to-back. And I was in Cruces. I did the New Mexico State game, and then they lose to Nebraska, who at the time you had no idea how good they were. Right? They ended up being, a 4 seed in the NCAA tournament, right? People were losing their mind. Not everybody, but this, we were getting calls the next morning, and this guy's not the coach, and you're already thinking who the next coach is going to be, and you're already ready to run him out. And it was a team that wasn't even close to a finished product. It was a team at that point, all brand new, still trying to figure out their roles and how to play together, and then went on a string and didn't lose again the rest of the calendar year. Right? And I don't think there's a doubt this is the right coach. I don't think there's a doubt that this guy can coach. I don't think there's a doubt that if he stays, that things get better next year. That's where I sit. But I look back at that time as one of the most defining times of the season.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack from this year, especially when you look at specific moments. And you think about when you laid down responding from the New Mexico State game at times against Mississippi State and Nebraska there, but then even pulling off wins, Santa Clara, VCU, like you had some really big things happen in a non-conference schedule when you're still trying to figure out who the heck this team was going to be.
All right, let's take a listen to some of the post game, and when JJ, I don't know how you kept this up. Did you have Grammer's question?
There is a little bit of what Grammer is saying. Yes.
All right. So the voice of the question, this is in the post game from the podium last night after the NIT. The voice you'll hear asking the question is Jeff Grammer, the Albuquerque Journal. He's asking it of, and that is who is answering, will be Eric Olin, head coach of the University of New Mexico.
I'm curious when you might have a timeline on what is next for you, and if it is with UNM next season.
Yeah, my plan is to be here. I don't even necessarily understand the question. Like if I'm
are you planning to be the coach at UNM next season, or talking with other teams and interviewing with other programs? Is any of that going on from this point forward?
Yeah, I misunderstood. Yeah, I'm the coach in New Mexico, and yeah, I'm not going to comment on anything outside of that.
Can we go back to the very beginning of that? JJ, I hadn't heard that before. I just read the tweets and the quotes in the paper. Doesn't the first part matter? He said, my plan is to be here. Does that that didn't get in any of Jeff's tweets or story, did it? Can you play it again? Tell me if I'm wrong, because maybe he said, I don't understand the question. It's a really weird exchange. Will we play it again?
I'm curious when you might have a timeline on what is next for you, and if it is with UNM next season.
Right here.
Yeah, my plan is to be here. I don't even necessarily understand the question. Like if I'm in
Are you planning to be the coach at UNM next season, and or talking with other teams and interviewing with other programs? Is any of that going on from this point forward?
Yeah, I misunderstood. Yeah, I'm the coach in New Mexico, and yeah, I'm not going to comment on anything outside of that.
All right, I don't know what I'm taking at. A couple of things. I wish Jeff would have let him go as he continued to elaborate. He said, "My plan is to be here," and yeah, I'm. And then he clarified the question, and then he says, "You know, I'm the coach in New Mexico, and I'm not going to talk about anything." I don't even know how to interpret that. Do you? Don't you think that first part's significant? Or maybe
he says, my plan
is to be
the
here.
head coach of the Lobos.
He said, my plan is to be here.
And this is the don't mess with Happy comment, because you don't know what's going to happen. And I'm sure Eric Olin is operating as a head coach at the University of New Mexico. But if something opens up, dominoes fall a certain way, and you're like, wow, this is an opportunity I can't pass up, and then you leave, and then you'll be sitting on that comment for the rest of your life.
Yeah, look, I don't know what y'all want him to say other than I am absolutely going to be back next year no matter what. And will that make you feel better? I maybe in the moment. The reality is, I think Eric Olin does like it here. I think there are some outside life factors, family factors that come into play here. But it, like you, if again, let's say Tommy Lloyd gets the job at North Carolina, and then Arizona hires, give me a coach. You got a situation, Brian Dutcher, and San Diego State open, and San Diego State calls Eric Olin. Do you think he'd be interested? Did they pay him $2 million and he goes back to San Diego?
That's the hypothetical domino effect you're talking about, which right now, Lobo fans are like, what the heck job would you want to take? There's nothing open.
Right now, there's not.
Well, there is a blue blood school looking to hire a coach that's going to have a little bit of a trickle-down effect that I don't think it's just going to be, oh, this head coach is hired here, and then Arizona and or Michigan hires an assistant. No, they're going to go get a head coach from somewhere else and kind of see how that moves. And part of it, too, is I understand you have to ask those questions in that moment. But like you saw, that hurt. That was the end of the season. Yeah. Well, and then you're trying to wrap your head around it. And it's, especially when it's been out there that the Boston College stuff, and did he interview for that job, and how serious did that go, just thinking about the salary increase there. What fans want to hear is Eric Olin sitting there going, no, I'm the head coach of the University of New Mexico. End of story. But that's not what you're going to get.
All right, a couple things on that. Because I saw the people going after Grammer on Twitter. Why would you ask him that, you a-hole? And that's why Grammer sucks. And the season just ended. Well, I don't know when any of us, Grammer, you, me, and I'm going to certainly put out the ask, are going to have access to Eric again, or any of the players, right? And so Jeff's job is not to make friends and not to make you feel good. Jeff's job is to give you the information that you want. And I'm going to guarantee you, even those people who are taking their shots at Jeff for asking that question want to know the answer, right? And it's uncomfortable, man. You and I have both been there when the season ends, and especially in today's game. It sucks, man. You got to ask that question. I sat in a bowl press conference after North Texas wins a thriller 1-point game over San Diego State. And the North Texas guys had to ask all the North Texas, their media asking all these guys about their future when they all knew they were going to Oklahoma State the next day, right? And it's now they just won a game, and maybe it's a little easier, I guess. I don't know. But to your point, you're right, man. You could tell Eric was hurt. This one really, really got him. And, you know, the misunderstanding on a question, it was just such an awkward exchange. But I got to kind of, JJ, go back to what he said before the answer. When he said, I understand the question, he said, my plan is to be here. And I believe him. Now, plans change, but doesn't that part of the quote matter? That didn't make any of Jeff's story.
Yes. Because that is the coach telling you his plan.
All right. There's more. Let's go to you. 505-246-0610. Good morning, Travis.
Good morning, fellas, and happy Friday and Good Friday to everybody. Those pilgrimers in the Valencia County, stay safe. Look, I think, you know, Jeff, you ended up going exactly where I wanted to go, which is that Grammer caught a lot of heat on Twitter last night. And held his own, you know, boxing it out rhetorically with you know, Lobo fans. I mean, going back and forth. But he caught a lot of heat for asking, next season, are you going to be here or not, type questions. And yeah, the timing sucks. They just got off the court. Yeah. The season is over. Yeah. They lost that game. They were minutes away from making the NIT final, right? They and there's no doubt that this team, and by the way, our community, felt like this was a team that could go to the championship game of the NIT and win. I mean, we all believed, including and especially this coaching staff and these players. And so no matter how it started out after the disappointing loss in Vegas about whether or not these players, you know, I don't know which ones wanted to play or continue playing. And I mean, I think we have some idea, but certainly there were some who did not want to continue playing. I don't know that they expected that they were going to perform as well in this, you know, national tournament as they did, but you could tell the belief took hold in this tournament or in this team as much as it did in our community. I mean, the way that the football team sent them off, which again, another brilliant move by this marketing department at UNM. What a great video. I mean, caught all the vibes, had all the goosebumps, right? So you had all of this belief going into the Final Four. Eric Olin is going, holy cow, I may get a chip, a national tournament chip. You know that he believed in this team and his talent. And so, yeah, it sucks the timing of that question, but it doesn't make it any less of a valid and an important question to ask because, you know, and I think
Travis,
a lot of
Travis, I'm
going to
cut you off. Travis, hold on a second. Let me tell you something. If Jeff doesn't ask that question, he doesn't have the stone, and it's not easy, man. I've been in these rooms. I've been in this business for 40 years almost. All right. It is hard to ask that question in that moment, but it's his damn job and he's good at it. And if he doesn't ask the question, the people who are griping and everybody else say, why don't we have the answer? What's going to happen next? Why didn't anybody ask that question? Jeff did his job. And those people, and it doesn't make it easy. It doesn't make it comfortable. The guy sitting on the other side of the mic on the podium, it's like, wow, why are you asking me that? Why? Because when am I going to ask you? And everybody who cheers for you, who supports this program, wants to know. And that's his job. That's what the media's job is to be the conduit between the fan and the program.
And by the way, that's one of the reasons why Grammer is so well respected in this business. I mean, we see NBA reporters all the time in their preambles to their questions, sounding like fans for these teams. That's not Grammer, and I'm not saying Grammer isn't a fan of this team. Obviously, we all know that he went to NMSU. But it's irrelevant to the way that he covers the team. He is really, really good at that. This is the question that had to be asked. It's the question that, at this point, all of the minds of the Lobo community is turning to. Are we going to have Eric Olin for at least one more season? That's the question that has to get answered, has to get asked. And by the way, for my money, I think Eric Olin should spend one more season here. I really do. I mean, listen, I'd love for him to spend his career here. We all know local fans are all about having a guy that's going to be here for 15 or 20 years. Not going to happen. But I think Eric Olin, you saw what he was able to do with a patchwork of players that he was recruiting late after he got this job. You give him runway to recruit the kind of players to work in his system, with his coaching, what he's able to do. Man, this team can be really, really special. And it won't be this team. It's going to look completely different. We all know that.
That's fine.
But it can be really, really special. And he will have that opportunity next season to get the kind of jobs that are going to match his skill level, whether it's San Diego State, maybe
wherever. I just threw that one out. I tugged that one out of my lower
he'll
crevice.
have that opportunity.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Happy Easter. I just tugged the San Diego State situation out of my lower crevice. I mean, if Tommy Lloyd gets a job at Arizona or at North Carolina, Arizona hires, I don't know, man. What if it's Jamie Dixon at TCU? All right. And I'm just pulling there's no that kind of job is, and Eric gets a call from TCU and they offer him $3.5 million. Does he go? Yes. So do you. We'll hear more from Eric when we get back. I got more thoughts on Jeff. I can't believe he's the story here. But I just looked at a couple of weird tweets too. It's the opening drive, 505-246-0610. Let's go. I want to hear from you on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico and
All right, so it's over the season. Your thoughts on it as we go through. Travis had a good call. I just want to finish the thought on the grammar thing. Jeff Grammer asked the right questions, and it's not always easy. JJ, I've been in this business for what years? 26. I mean, I don't know, 3.5, 4 decades. I don't know how long. I'm getting old. I've been in a situation where I've asked tough questions. I know you have too. It's not easy to ask the right questions sometimes. The job of the people who are in those positions, whether it's you, me, Grammer, whomever, is to get the answers, to get the information that you as listeners, as fans, want to hear. All right? That's the whole the media thing. Remember when Frischilla kind of ripped into me? And I'm like, we're all like, wait, really? On the Malcolm Battles thing. And I asked a question. I remember, you guys aren't going to remember this. Malcolm Battles was a player who had some off-field stuff, and Fran used to say all the time, oh, he's a great kid. If you only knew he's a great, and I'm sure he was. He got busted for, there was an issue where he stole a stereo one time. Oh, if you only knew the situation. And then there was a domestic violence issue and an arrest, and Fran removed Malcolm Battles from the team, like instantly, boom. And so I asked the question. I said, just, Fran, I distinctly remember it. What was the difference this time? In previous situations with players, you said let the process play out, let the legal process play out, and this time you remove the player immediately. What was the difference in this situation? Does that sound like a fair question?
Yep.
And he went off, you guys are amazing. You guys are unbelievable. If I don't do something, you're all over me. And if I do it, you're all over me. And nobody was all over you, man. I asked you a simple question. Like what was the difference this time? Because you've had, 3 or 4 or 5 different players have run-ins with the law. And each time, well, we're going to let the legal process play out. Cool. That's the way you handle it. Why was it? That's all. They're hard questions to ask. Jeff asked the right question. And the timing is imperfect, but I'm not sure when is perfect. When should he ask it? When the guy's on the way out the door? What do you want him to do? All right, let's hear more from Eric Olin. The game itself last night. Lobos shoots 7 of 33 from the three-point line. Tulsa 12 of 32. So they made 5 more threes. That's 15 more points. You lost by 15 at the three-point line. To me, that's where the game was. What does Eric think?
These guys want to win. They're playing hard. I thought we had some errors in the first half that hurt us. Didn't feel like it was our best performance, but these guys have been fighting all year and playing hard all year, and they continued to do that. But we just couldn't make enough plays. And credit to Tulsa, they played better than us.
That's the right answer. They played better. You guys played hard. They won your best game. So overall. Go ahead. You got thoughts on that? Overall, on the season, as you and I, we're all sitting here winding this thing down, 26-11, 1 game shy of sharing a Mountain West Conference championship, 1 game shy of playing for an NIT championship. What's Eric think of the season?
Yeah, I don't know if I can really give you a good answer for that at this moment. I'm just appreciative of these guys and this group. They've been a lot of fun to coach, a lot of fun to work with all season. Specifically, the guys who were in there last year, just really appreciative of them for choosing to spend it with us. You know, their last year of eligibility, there's lots of options for everybody this time, you know, in this landscape. And for them to kind of jump in and get on board for this with us when, you know, we were starting it from scratch, I'll always be appreciative of those guys.
So I'm going to tell you something. And this is my personal feeling. It doesn't necessarily need to be yours. I'm not trying to project it on you, because everybody's got a different preference on how they like to interact, how they like people, I love emotion as much as anybody else. Okay. I do. I love emotion. And I think Eric Olin coaches with emotion. I also really, really respect, admire, and I'm going to tell you, somewhat enjoy a coach who is more cerebral and calm. And this is not comparing him to anybody else. So please don't say, oh, you're taking a shot. No. This is when he's speaking publicly and to the media, who is just, I don't know. I don't want to say it takes the emotion out, because you can hear the emotion in him, but speaks more from the head than the heart necessarily in most of his press conferences. Does that make sense?
It does.
And I appreciate that. And I like the way Eric is. I like the way he handles the media. I get it. It's different than some of the past and some others. And everybody's got to be them. And I, maybe because I know so many people with that sort of, you know, that mentality.
And the challenge is, this is a market that the fans are going to expect you to be a little bit different. The fans are going to expect you to be what Jason Eck is. Like, that's what they want. And that's not who Eric Olin is. Doesn't mean he's disrespectful. Doesn't mean he doesn't care. You're seeing a lot of the talk about his attitude and his openness. And we didn't know this about the players, and never really got to know them, this, that, or the other. Like, Eck is the extreme awesomeness, which if every coach was like that, sure, it'd be a lot of fun, but not every coach is wired like that. But I don't look at Olin, and yeah, he's short at times with his answers in his press conferences, but I don't look at it as a disrespect. But this is a fan base that expects more Eck than anything else.
Yeah. All right, Fred, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Fred.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, I like Grammer a lot. I think he does a great job, but I don't think he worded it right. What he should have done immediately to say how good a game, how good a season we had, and, okay, what's the time frame now? And just assume that he's going to come back. Why question on whether he's coming back or not? Just assume that.
Why would you assume that, Fred?
When do you start going after new players? When do you what's the time frame in the next week, 2 weeks, or whatever? Give him. Just assume he's coming back.
Why? Why would you assume that when all the reports are he did speak with Boston College, or his representatives did? Like, why in today's landscape with all the noise out there? Why would you just assume that, especially when he hasn't said I'm absolutely coming back?
Well, that's what gets me so mad when everybody, even like Travis did, he already said he might, if he can just stay a year. Let's forget about what he can do and what he can't do, and let's just enjoy what we get. And if we get him for 1 to 2 or 3 years, but why put pressure on him right off the bat?
Yeah, I disagree with you on that. I respect that, but I just disagree. I think that it had to be asked. That's what everybody's thinking. I mean, you're thinking it, whether to assume it or not. You're thinking, is he going to be back? Aren't you?
Well, I'm assuming he's coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
But I just get mad when we bring up is the coach leaving. I think you're putting too much pressure on him, and it's better just to put the pressure on him a different way. Ask him about the players. Who do you think is going to come back? Who's going to leave? What new players you have? What time frame do you have? Do something like that instead of putting pressure on them.
Well, pressure.
Pressure. The head coach of the Lobos is pressure outside of Jeff Grammer asking a question.
Yeah, and is it any different asking him about him coming back as opposed to, well, is Jake coming back? Is Joel coming back? Is Bullion coming back? Like, well, I mean, first of all, they're probably not coming back if a coach does it, right?
Well, I know I didn't say about are they coming back. I said,
yeah, you did.
Tell us the time frame of where are you going next? I didn't say, question whether you're going to bring
What's the
Hall
difference?
back or somebody back or not. Just where do you go from here? That's all I'm asking.
Okay, fair enough.
A simple question.
Yeah, I'll
As
disagree
is,
with
are you the coach of the Lobos?
Yeah, I mean, it is. All right, Fred. No, I appreciate you. Thanks. I disagree with him.
Just saying the same thing worded differently, essentially.
It is, and sometimes how you word it makes a big difference. But I mean, pressure. What kind of pressure you put?
Dude, every coach knows they're getting that question at
That's
the end
right.
of the season.
That's right, especially in today's landscape. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Looking at traffic.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken,
red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66.
Hot topic of the day, and I mean, I understand how our show works, and things sway. I want to finish this thought off on Jeff asking the question yesterday. It's Jeff Grammer, and I respect Fred a lot, and I know he's done a lot of things in this town, and including been in the media. I just totally disagree. I would have asked the question if I was in the room, and JJ, there's a few of us that would have, and I think the question was appropriate. And I'd have asked it, Eric, I understand that it just ended and emotions are high, but the portal opens on Monday. There's a lot of rumors out there. It's always fluid. What are your plans, and when will you make up? What is your timeline to decide if you're going to be the head coach at New Mexico next? Is that a fair way? And I know Fred says that's putting pressure on pressure. Like, part of the reason coaches are highly compensated is to deal with the media and pressure and all these other things. You're not chasing him out of New Mexico because you ask him a tough question. Richard Pitino gets him at Cincinnati. Brian Dutcher gets him at San Diego State. Tommy Lloyd gets him at Arizona. They all get him. He's not going to run back to UC San Diego because somebody asked a question about his future when the season ends. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's imperfect, but you tell me the perfect time to ask that question, because every one of you listening and every Lobo fan that sits in that pit and watches a game wants to know the answer.
The timing is there, and a lot of coaches will give you that stock answer, but they're prepared.
Okay.
It goes. It's the postseason's over. You don't know about off-season availability because they've changed that so much now because of turnover rosters. There's not your traditional end of season press conference next week where you're looking forward to the season. No, you're in the portal, you're recruiting. Like, you don't have those anymore.
All right, text line. This is the Monarchy on San Pedro text line, 505-246-0610. Good morning, fellas. Well, despite the not so effective shooting by the UNM Lobos last night against Tulsa, this basketball team had a damn good season under Coach Olin. I'm still and will remain a Lobos fan. As the saying goes, you cannot win them all, right? Tough loss, but it's all good. It's from John in the Duke City. Greek Freak, we've seen the story before. Uncontested threes, forced drives, shots, and just some sloppy play with the exception of Jake Hall. We've been talking all year about how this team overachieved, but did they? They probably had the talent for the argument to be made they underachieved, especially towards the end of the Mountain West Conference season. Regarding Olin, if he leaves, it is what it is. You guys have a good summer. No more Lobo rants for a few months. See you in September for football. Go Lobos, Greek Freak. You don't have to disappear, by the way. We're still going to be here.
A lot of content, too, when you're talking about football because the spring ball's going on.
Yeah,
so.
and we'll get into that next week. Yeah, and you're welcome to get in, dude. You don't have to go away. You're going to have to explain to me how they underachieved. Do you think this was an overly talented team? I mean, Luke Hopp, to me, is the classic play over your, punch above your weight guy. I think they had a good point guard. Bouillon, we're going to have that conversation. The guy that probably played below expectations is Chol, right? The only one. I think Tanette played above expectations. Paul absolutely did. Rock absolutely did. Miller, I don't know what your expectations were of him coming off the bench. I don't know that I can entertain the argument that they underachieved when I'm not sure that there were expectations of what their achievement would be. Is this an overly talented roster? Or is this a sum of the parts kind of a roster?
More sum of the parts roster.
Like, I want a Jake or Luke Hopp on my team, and I want 8 guys that play like him. And I told you all year, he's my favorite player, dude. He reminds me totally of a guy I used to play with in San Diego. Probably undersized. Rob said something last night in the postgame show, which is so good. You don't know if he's right-handed or left-handed, which is great, right? and he can guard all 5 positions. I like, give me that dude. But like, is he a creator? Can he? Yeah, he had 30 against Air Force, and he does everything. Give me 15 of those. But did they underachieve? I'm not sure that you can make that argument. Tony, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Tony.
Good. How you doing?
Life's grooving. What's up?
Hey, this thing on Jeff and the question he asked.
Yeah.
For those of us who know him or read, don't know him, but read, why would we think that he would ask any other question?
I mean,
because
I don't know.
I think that it was appropriate. He asked, and when's the next time we're going to get? He's going to have another time with the coach.
I agree with
you. And so I think the Lobos had a great basketball season. I'm thrilled. I hope he comes back, but I think it was appropriate.
Yeah, I 100%. No, I appreciate you, Tony. Thanks. It was appropriate. And you know, look, I've heard, and I know Jeff has too, that he was offered the Boston College job, and if he was offered it, if that in fact is true, then they talk. So Jeff had to ask that question. It's part of the job. I mean, again, he did the right thing. I think Jeff does a good job. All right. We're going to talk Chupacabras at 9. Xavier Jackson's their defensive coordinator. He's going to join us. We'll get into that because they got a big game against Tucson tomorrow. 505-246-0610. That's the Sports Animal phone line and the Meineke on San Pedro text line. I got more emails from you, Jeff, at sportsanimal@abq.com and JJ at sportsanimal@abq.com. It's the opening drive. JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
TurboThread, proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThread.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Network.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Network. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell.
Pedro text line 505-246-0610. Meineke on San Pedro, doing car care right.
All right. Did you know you and I have been doing the impossible, JJ? Did you know that? The opening drive, Jefferson Beata, JJ Buck, 505-246-0610. The Sports Animal phone line and the Meineke on San Pedro text line. Gopher says it was a frustrating year for Lobo basketball, Jeff, not being able to watch the games. I think I ended up seeing 4, and 2 of those were the final games of the NIT. Wasn't it fun hearing Fran again? It was. The rest were on outlets and post times that made them impossible. We did the impossible.
Dude, let's not even, at this point, let's not even entertain that. The schedules are out. You have the channels or you don't. If you don't, I'm sorry. And hopefully you can have a friend that can help you out, but it's not hard to watch games.
Impossible.
This isn't you bouncing from Amazon to Netflix. Like, if you have a cable package with sports, you probably got Fox Sports.
A lot of the times they're free on Mountain West Network. No. John needs a Good Friday host segment, Jeff. Laugh out loud. Yeah, you'll get one. Dean says, good morning. The Jeff Grammer question had to be asked. As said earlier, the domino effect is still out there. Your point, if Arizona opens, say a Musselman goes to then USC opens, etc. Jeff's just doing his job. Also, hopefully a couple of the refresh come back. Yeah, Dean. I think Jeff did the right thing. And if in fact what I understand is correct, that Eric was offered the Boston College job, then he turned it down, from what I understand. Then I have no problem with him, by the way, talking to them. Stigler was just in, so why wouldn't he take that job? I'm like, how do you win there? Like, there'll be jobs for Eric at some point, and yeah, it'll probably pay a lot of money in the ACC. How do you win at Boston College? And he compared it to Cignetti leaving James Madison to go to Indiana. And he said, how do you win at Indiana? You can't win. They'll never beat Michigan. They'll never beat Ohio State. They can't beat Wisconsin. And 2 years later, they're national champion. And I think the difference is the money, the resources. Now, how did Cignetti know that? I'm sure he made them say, hey, I'm not taking this job unless you commit X number of dollars, resources, NIL, whatever. But at Indiana, you've got a large, educated, highly successful, affluent alumni base at a large public institution, as opposed to a small faith-based institution in Boston, where basketball's never really been a thing. Not that football's ever been a thing in Indiana, but to me, the difference is the potential in resources to be able to compete. The Cignetti saw if they invest, and I'll help you win. Where I got to believe Eric looked at the Boston College job, if in fact it was offered, and the way I understand it was, that how do I win here, man? You know, the long road is 2 years. They're running me out of here like they ran everybody else. How do I beat Carolina and Duke, let alone Syracuse and Virginia Tech and Virginia and everybody else?
That is definitely one where it's harder to even see the, hey, if I win 20 games, I'm getting to the NCAA tournament upside.
At Boston College?
Yeah.
Yeah, but are you winning there?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if everyone's bringing up, Arizona State or some jobs like that, like, I could absolutely see going in there and finishing, 6 or 7 in the Big 12 and getting to the NCAA tournament. Boston College, I think it would be harder to even achieve that.
Yeah. I think that they were 4-14 in the ACC, and they were 11-20 overall. It's just a tough gig, man. It's a small, private, faith-based institution competing against mostly large public institutions. Not all. Duke isn't that. But mostly with large alumni bases and huge resources. And I look, here's the other thing. Look at the most successful, and not every one of them. Okay, there's always an exception. Where are the majority of the most successful college athletic programs located? Now, Columbus, Ohio is a big town. I don't know if people realize Columbus is the biggest city in Ohio. But Ann Arbor, Michigan, Durham, North Carolina, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Norman, Oklahoma. Austin's a decent-sized town, but it wasn't always. Most of them are like in whether it's suburbs or smaller towns where they're the show, right? Boston, that's not the deal. There's 1,000 universities. Like, I can see the lure of talking to them in the ACC and the money, but I'm going to guess Eric came to a conclusion that, man, at some point there's going to be something that's right. This just doesn't feel right. If money's the only reason to take a job, if that's the overriding reason, it's the wrong reason.
If you were to take the Boston College job now, I think it would send the message that there's no way to compete here moving forward, which I don't believe.
Well, let me ask you this. What's a better job, aside from the money? And I know, how do you take the money out, right? I mean, but what's a better job? Basketball, New Mexico or Boston College?
New Mexico.
It might be, right? Boston College is a power conference job.
You only take that check now if you think, hey, I'm not going to be in this position again. Because whether it's NIL or conference, you feel like that opportunity is not going to be there.
The iron's hot
a
now,
little
and
bit
I
of
got to
a
strike.
Richard Pitino move.
You think that was Richard? Why he went to Xavier?
than like what the conference is turning
100%.
into. So that a little bit of maybe I'm not going to be able to be at this level again to get this. Now Boston College is a step down from that. Understandable, but to me that's what it would be signaling, and Eric Mullen, letting you know that hey, I'll still be successful here.
Do you think that plays into Eric's thought? Right? I mean, what the league's going to be? Eck looks
a
at
little bit, but he also that's what he came up.
Yeah,
one bid leagues.
Eck looks at it and he said, I look at it as an opportunity. We can win the league every year. We can be successful. I mean, I don't care what league you win, right? Whoever wins Conference USA, wow, look at the Liberty coach. We want him. Oh, he won the Sun Belt. We want him, right? They all move up. All right, Chupacabras next. Indoor football. The Indoor Football League returns to Tingley Coliseum tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Chupacabras and the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Chupacabras gave up 41 points. That's not a ton in this league. We'll talk with a very accomplished player, former Missouri standout. Played with the Eagles and the Bengals in the NFL. Defensive coordinator Xavier Jackson. He's with us next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThread, proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use.
On the IFL television network, and I just enjoyed it. I know, JJ, you were out there. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. 41-38, they lose the opener to Orlando, missed 4 field goals, hit 2 uprights. JJ, I didn't know this. In the last field goal, they hit, there's like a cage hanging down from the ceiling. The last field goal hit that, and there's been ramifications for that as well. But I just thought the product was really, really good. And everybody that I talked to who was out there loved it. I think you had a good time as well.
A lot of fun.
Tomorrow they play Tucson. It's 3:00. Get on out, enjoy that. Looking forward to having a conversation. The defensive coordinator for the Chupacabras is Xavier Jackson, former player at Missouri, where he was really good, one of the most dominant pass rushers in indoor football history after he played in the NFL with the Bengals and the Eagles. Coach X joins us this morning. Good morning, Coach. How you living?
Grand Rising, sir. I'm doing very well, sir.
Appreciate the conversation this morning. All right, so as you look at this thing, and you've been in this league for a minute now, and you start out something brand new, with a new roster and a new team, everything's new. You lose. Nobody likes losing. There's no moral victories. I say that, but your impressions of the way your team played, especially on the defensive side after the opener.
I think our team played well. You know, we were very prepared coming out of camp, things like that. You know, with not having no film, we just had to do what we needed to do. You know, unfortunate circumstances, we had some guys go down. Yet, I think our coaching staff did a great job with, you know, plugging and playing and making sure those guys that are playing other positions, i.e. wide receiver, running backs, that we could take and plug them and play them in the defensive positions or offensive positions. And our coaching staff did a great job with that. And like you said, we lost by 3 points. You know, no moral victories, but, you know, we got another game this week.
Yeah, talk about plugging and playing, right? You guys got, and I know Kyle Moore Brown, your head coach, said probably aren't going to have guys playing both ways, but in this league sometimes you do. Talk about taking a guy who might be a wide receiver and saying, all right, now you're playing DB, or Wes Bowers goes down and we need somebody to go in. Now Pierre is going to be your linebacker tomorrow. Talk about just moving guys around, the interchangeableness and the flexibility you need in the indoor game.
You need a lot of flexibility in this game. The thing is, you know, we practice that during the week where we take a receiver and put him at DB. We take a DB and put him at wide receiver. We take a running back, put him at linebacker, because, you know, your roster is limited. We don't have 53 guys like the NFL. We got 21, 22 guys on game day, you know, and like I said, unfortunate things happen, so you have to prepare them for the week at hand.
What's it like being a pass rusher in the indoor football league? Just, you know, the spacing and really the ability, you know, to show yourself one-on-one against someone else.
It's very hard. Yet, like you just said, it's a one-on-one matchup. You know, every coach has their own scheme and own thing that they would like to do up front. Yet, sometimes players just have to be instinctful. I can tell you what to do till I'm blue in the face, but you got to go out there and you got to feel a game through preparation from film study and the EDDs that you guys do every day. And just go out there and play football. We don't recruit you to be robots. We recruit you to go out there and be football players.
Coach, what was it like for you, you know, coming out of Missouri and you're looking at, all right, your next stop in your football career, had some opportunities, NFL camps, but then you got to the indoor game. What was that journey like for you, learning what it takes to play at that level?
It was a big journey. It was something I wanted to do. It was very fun, and I loved every minute of it. That's why I'm still doing it till this day. You know, being in NFL camps and learning from guys like Justin Smith and Trent Cole and Javon Curse and things like that helped mold my game. So when I came to the indoor football game, it wasn't easy, yet at the same time, I had so many tools in my bag. It's just finding out when to use them and how to use them at certain instances in the game.
Yeah. Xavier Jackson is the defensive coordinator for the Chupacabras. It's the Chupacabras in Tucson, Sugar Skulls, Tingley Coliseum tomorrow, 3:00. Get on out there and have fun with us. You know, in your game, there's going to be points. And I looked at a lot of the scores. I mean, 60 points, 50 points. I know you want to win every possession, and you get a stop in your game. It's a big deal. I thought the stop that you guys had in the first half was a big deal last week. There were, turnovers are a big deal, but you understand points are going to be scored. The mentality when you come off, man, 41 points the other day you gave up, and I'm going to guess you looked at the tape and said we shouldn't have done this, we should have done this, but you were in a position to win. How do you handle the mentality? All right, yeah, they scored on that last one. Pick up your heads. Let's go get the next one, because they're going to score points in this.
Yes, they're definitely going to score points. Yet at the same time, we got to just get the guys to flush that last series. We make our little corrections with them. We make our corrections as coaches, like what are we going to do? What's our change up? Things like that. They had an answer for everything we did, and we had an answer for everything they did. It's chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? So our guys we just tell them, hey, flush it, man. We got 14 series in the game, and let's try to win at least 5 of them. You see what I'm saying? And when you win 5 of them, give your offense an opportunity to score more points, get more into a rhythm. When they get those extra 5 possessions, everything goes smoothly for your team.
Tucson comes in and they put up some points. They lose to Vegas, and you look at what Draylon Ellis did last week. He's a quarterback, played at Tennessee State, but he was really good for them offensively last week. What does Tucson look like? Because they got some playmakers over there as well.
Yes, they got some very good playmakers with Terry at wide receiver, and that quarterback. He's kind of like a Jerome Johnson. Live arm, can run the ball when he needs to. He might be young in the game, but he showed some kind of veteran poise last week. They were down big early, and they, started to scratch and claw and come back. And that's a testament to not just the quarterback, but the coaching staff over there too. Rayshon Kaiser and Coach Fuller. They did a heck of a job of figuring out Vegas. It was a little too late, but, they're a good football team. We're a good football team. It's going to be a great matchup 3:00 on Saturday, Tingley.
What do you think of what the IFL has become and what the Chupacabras have been able to do to put you guys in position to be successful this year?
I think the IFL is doing a great job by getting these young men out in public with the Yahoo Sports and the overnight network, so that people can watch the games and see how fun it is. You have the Arena One, you have that those other indoor leagues and things like that. With being on TV, Yahoo Sports and overnight is great for publicity, where these young men can go out and get scouted outside of just their agents calling. The IFL has grown since 2009 tremendously. I've been in this game since then, and it's been, ups and downs. And the Chupacabras, as a new franchise, man, good ownership group, things like that. They're putting us in a place to be successful. We just, as coaches, have to do our job getting the right players in here and molding them to get the results that we want.
Xavier Jackson's the defensive coordinator for the Chupacabras. You talk about getting the players in here, the right players, and you made some roster moves between, in the 2 weeks since the last game. I guess that's going to be a constant. You're always trying to get the right mix. You had to replace Bowers, that linebacker, who I know is going to be a big piece. He goes down early in the game last week. Talk about just piecing this thing together and how you continue to, it's moving parts all the time, and the continuity and just finding the right mix of players in this league.
It's a hard mix, but when you recruit all the time, because you don't know when somebody's going to go down, and you don't know how somebody's going to perform under the lights. You know, you go out and recruit in the off season, and you think that, hey, man, I got the right pieces to go out here and win a championship, but you can't win a championship in the first week. So the lights get bright, some guys fold and things like that. And we just, like you said, losing a veteran linebacker like Wes Bowers, it hurt us as a team, not just me as a coach. But, you know, I think we got a good guy with Pierre in the middle now. He can help us when Bowers comes back, he can go play safety. He can go play a DB because he runs sideline to sideline very well after playing with the Packers and things like that. You know, it's a puzzle piece. We got to get the right mentality in here and win games.
I always wonder, guys who coach, who were so successful playing, and look, you're the IFL's all-time sack leader. You played in Nebraska and Cedar Rapids and just were so good in this league. You hold players to your standard, or is that fair?
No, it's not fair. I don't hold them to my standard. When I recruit players, I look at what they have and what tools I can take from my toolbox and put into their toolbox. You know, there's a reason why they're not in the NFL or the CFL and things like that. So when I recruit them, I look at that. Well, I think this is why. And I let them know that and be upfront with them. And, you know, like Coach Brown did with me, he coached me for a lot of years in the IFL. He took my best stuff away from me to add better tools to my thing so that helped me be the all-time leading sack leader in the IFL.
Yeah, no, and it's quite the accomplishment. I think that's really cool, man. Good luck tomorrow. Really appreciate the conversation. We'll see you out at Tingley Coliseum. I'll have the call along with Tessa Barrera and Natalie Bodie on the IFL Network on Yahoo and on Overnight. And really, you know, the more I dive into it, the more I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking for the first win in franchise history. Go get them tomorrow. Appreciate the conversation. Hopefully a whole bunch of people come out and enjoy the product that you're putting out there.
Man, I greatly appreciate you guys, man. Hope to see all these fans in Albuquerque, man, make it down to Tingley Coliseum, 3 o'clock. It's going to be a show tomorrow.
It will. Be well. Good luck tomorrow. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
Xavier Jackson, the defensive coordinator of the Chupacabras. I mean, that's the guy who's got more sacks than anybody in the history of that league. It's like, do you hold him to your standard, right?
Yeah, that's a fantastic point, because a lot of times the greats are the best at a certain level don't necessarily translate well to coaching because you have a certain standard for yourself. And I really appreciated that answer because he understands, no, you're not going to be me, but I can make you the best version of yourself.
There was no hesitation in that either. Opening drive, we can get back into that. Global basketball as well in the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Lanier in transition hits the three and a side. I'd like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. 505-273-2744. 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletic. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletic. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit International.
Good Friday. Opening drives on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal, 505-246-0610. That's the Sports Animals phone line and the Sports Animal Meineke on San Pedro text line. You can get in on the email, Jeff@sportsanimallabq.com and JJ@sportsanimallabq.com. Lobos lose last night, 74-69 to Tulsa. The a lot of conversation on Eric Olin, what he said and what he did not say after the game. The story in the paper and the quote in the paper from the head coach was, I'm the head coach of New Mexico. I'm not going to talk about anything else. But part of his quote, or what, I don't, part of his quote is probably not right. Another quote, how about that? Which he said before, and I'm going to guess Jeff didn't use it in his story because Eric said he didn't understand the question. But to me, whether he understood the question or not, he said, quote, "My plan is to be here." And then he said, "I don't understand what you're asking." And, and then he started to ask something, and Jeff re-asked the question. So I don't know. Does that make you like, I'll still put the number at 65%. I think he's going to be here. That might be it might not be an overwhelming percentage. It might not even be accurate. It's where I think it is. I mean, where do you put, if you put the odds?
I would have the odds on the higher end, like you, above 50%. But the way he answered it, it's not what fans want to hear, but it's the truth. He's planning to be the head coach of the Lobos next season.
Unless.
And that's what, it's not just Eric Olin. It's the head coach at Tulsa. It's the head coach at Illinois State. That's their answer as well after postgame, most likely. Because that's the truthful answer, and that's the honest answer. Fans want the stake in the ground. I'm here next year. I'm not taking calls. That's not the way the business works. It's not the way it's ever worked. It's not the way it's ever going to work. Because you do that, then you're left with a "don't mess with happy" quote that follows you for the rest of your life.
All right. I might not have internet anymore. I'm not sure. 505-246-0610. Do you think people are mad at him if we're talking to Boston College?
Yes.
Should they be?
I think that's one of those let fans be fans.
Okay.
Like if you're not with us, you're against that thing.
But he is with you. But he still is with you.
But he doesn't have 505 tatted on his chest.
How many people have 505 tatted on their chest and live in Chicago? No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That live somewhere else. My daughter lives in Michigan. Or,
Not
I
the
don't know
point,
if she lives
Jeff.
there. She goes to school in Michigan and wears a Zia every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that I have a problem with him listening, talk. And if what I understand is right, and if he turned down the job, he got offered the job. I mean, cool. You probably listen. You know how many things I've listened to over the years? How many job offers, opportunities, different things that I've listened to over the years? Quite a few. I keep realizing for me, the situation I'm in is still better than what I've been offered for me. Might not be more money. There might have been more money out there. Probably was. I don't have a problem with them if someone comes and says, "Hey, are you interested in this?" And by the way, that's what success does. When you are successful, people want to talk. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. Other things that are going on in the world. Topes win their first game at home, or their first home victory. How about that? 3-1, they beat Reno yesterday. 6:30 tonight, Magnet schedule night. Same two teams. It's the 505 uniform. Chupacabras in Tucson tomorrow. 3 o'clock, Tingley Coliseum. United will be in Orange County tomorrow, getting back to USL Championship play after losing 4-0 to El Paso on Wednesday to get knocked out of the U.S. Open Cup. And then this, and I saw this yesterday, and you put it on here as well, Mike Bradbury, the now former women's coach at UNM, is expected to join the staff at Louisville as an assistant coach. I think it's a good spot for him. He gets in the ACC. It's a good program. You knew Mike would get a job. I didn't know if it would be a head coaching job or an assistant job, but I have no idea what they pay, but I'll bet he's making as much money there as he was as head coach with a whole lot less headache.
Yeah. Getting back, in that area, he's from Tennessee and spent a lot of time in the Midwest, and it's a great spot to be. A Louisville team that pretty darn good, came up a shot short to win the ACC postseason tournament. Going to be in the NCAA tournament next year. Solid spot.
Yeah. All right, NBA last night. Lakers in Oklahoma City was going to be the deal. Everybody wanted to see that. It was, Lakers who would 15-2 in the month of March. Oklahoma City, the number 1 seed in the West. Here we go. The Lakers are real contenders. And the final score was 139-96. Oklahoma City ran. Oklahoma City beat them by 43. Is that right? 43? 90? No, that's right. I think that's right. 39 plus 4. What's 39 plus 4? 43. The story really is Luka Doncic left the game with a hamstring injury, undergoing an MRI today to determine the extent of the injury. What are there, like 8 games left in the regular season? Something along those lines? I mean, we're coming close to the playoffs, and your MVP candidate goes down. Huge game changer if, in fact, Luka is out. The reason, there's been a couple of reasons the Lakers have gone on this run, but they figured out something with Luka as the main guy, with Austin Reeves as their second option and LeBron as their third. They've gone on a run. Are they contenders? I mean, I think they are. I wouldn't make them the favorite. I wouldn't tell you I think they're going to win. But are they contenders? I don't know how you can say they aren't. But Luka goes out, and this is an absolute game changer.
Yeah. With Luka Doncic, the way they're playing, like, could this team get to the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah.
Could this team actually just put it together with a tremendous offense, knowing you have 3 dudes that can get a bucket, and yes, LeBron is still one of those dudes. In big moments, he can still make a play. He can be a presence for you. And now, if you're in a first-round series without Luka Doncic, you're going to be able to get to the second round.
Man, it's going to be tough, right? It's going to be really, really tough. Elsewhere in the NBA, last night, well, I'll get into the games that matter. The Pistons win. Look, the Pistons just keep winning. Is Cade? I asked you this yesterday. We know the answer. If Cade Cunningham comes back, they continue to win. They beat the Timberwolves, but they continue to win without him. They've still been really, really good. Cavaliers beat the Warriors, who are limping into the playoffs. They're going to be in the play-in game. And then the Spurs beat the Clippers 118-99. The Wemby thing, man, it's really, really interesting to listen to the conversation around Wemby campaigning for MVP. And I listen to people saying, with his frame, nobody's ever seen it. And I'm not arguing. I'm literally not. And Wemby's going to win MVP. I might go Jokic over Wemby right now. And I told you I'm not a big fan of campaigning for the MVP. And I listen to a lot of people tell me, why not, man? You got to blow your own horn. And it's kind of like me, right? I'm not on social media a lot. I don't blow my own. I'm not good self-promoting. But I don't have a problem with people who are. And so I guess I shouldn't have a problem here. Here's a guy who says, I want to be the best. I want to be recognized as the best. And I guess I should not have a problem with that. And I guess I don't. I just don't think in this particular year, I'm watching what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does, and it takes nothing away from Victor Wembanyama. If you got to vote for one, I'm voting for Shai. Or maybe even Jokic.
Yeah, given the factors involved with needing to play 65 games, there's guys that you put on the watch list. That would be Luka Doncic, Cade Cunningham, but they might not get to that 65 number. And then you say, all right, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jaylen Brown, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama. Let's start debating that.
I think all of that's good. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails come in, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Finish it out strong. Want your thoughts on the end of the season for the Lobos? 74-69. Great season, good season, nice season. How do you judge it? Moving forward, you've listened to all the stuff about who might be there, who might not be there. I don't know what the season looks like any more than you do, any more than maybe even Eric Olin. But your thoughts on the entirety of the Lobo program as we wrap up a season in which they went 26-11 with a completely brand new everything except for uniform, like literally. And those were kind of new too. We'll do that when we get back. 505-246-0610. Prize Picks is America's #1 app for sports picks. I play it. You should as well. It makes watching the games a lot more fun. And I know you're watching all these games. I discovered Prize Picks a while back. It just takes watching the games to a whole new level. Right now, they're giving you $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5 lineup, so get in on it. I'm looking at tonight. You like Jaylen Brown, 26.5 points, more or less at Milwaukee tonight. Want to mix it up with a little WNBA? Well, not WNBA, some baseball. You can do that. However you want to play, man. Bunch of different ways. But you pick more or less on stat projections, then put together a lineup, 2 to 6 players, and when you're right, you win. Winning is fun. Stack players. What does that mean? Well, you can play one player now. You can take Jaylen Brown. You want to play his points, his rebounds, and his assists? You can do that all in one lineup only on Prize Pick. Go for the biggest payouts. Power play. You can mix sports. Baseball, soccer, hockey, tennis. How you play, how you win is up to you, but you should play. Download the PrizePicks app. Use the code KNML. Get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. The code is KNML. $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup on PrizePicks. It is good to be right.
95.9 FM and AM 610.
Thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Network.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank
888-460610.
I was sorry, I was just talking to the president. What did you watch the what do we call it? Uniform cam. What do we call the cameras? The
body cam.
Body. Did you watch the body cam? It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, of Tiger getting arrested and doing the sobriety test. I had a lot of time waiting for my vehicle yesterday, so I was able to watch the video in its entirety. Did you see it?
I did.
How did it make you feel? Because it was horribly uncomfortable for me.
Not surprised. Like he crashed his car, wasn't in the normal frame of mind. Now it was more than just, I was in an accident, so I'm a little phrased. It was okay. I can see why they were asking you some of those extra questions and ended up getting to where they did with the charges.
What'd you make of? Sorry. I was just talking to the president. What'd you make of that?
All right, thanks, Tiger. You want to put him on speakerphone and get your part in right now?
Can I? Tiger's he's the most lucid. I've never seen nobody's ever seen anybody more aware and lucid. Officer, if there's anyone who's not very aware, it's you. Let him go. Nobody's ever seen anybody. But I mean, what do we do? I like Tiger in that moment had to understand the enormity of what's going on. Everything that Tiger does is going to go viral. I mean, you got to believe, holy bleep, like, I'm going to get a mug shot. It's going to be everywhere. Like, everything, I'm not going to say everything's going to come crashing down because Tiger's got a whole lot to crash, right? I mean, this is a chip in Tiger. Tiger's still going to be remembered for being the great golfer. Tiger's not done. Tiger's going to come back in X number of months and reemerge and talk about what happened and how he's getting his life together and have the explanations. And I don't know that they'll be, look, I've never been in that extreme pain. Thank goodness. I don't ever want to be. I can't even imagine like having that many operations. Can you? Oh, in your back, your leg, like I can't. And I don't want to sit here and pass judgment on someone who needs help dealing with the pain. The judgment, obviously, that people pass, and I understand it, is if you are impaired, you can't drive a vehicle. There's no excuse. And I guess you get to a point where if you're on it, and again, this is an assumption thing, but I will talk in generalities. And there are many people who end up being dependent upon opioid painkillers because they are in pain constantly. And I guess you get to a point where you're functioning. If the word's addict, so be it. But how about functioning user? Is that fair? Where I eat an oxycodone, or I eat a hydrocodone, or I eat a Norco, every 8 hours or 6 hours or whatever it is, and I carry a couple in my pocket because the pain's extreme, and so you function, you live your daily life like that. Now, I would imagine there's someone in this building. I'm not going to tell you anybody in general. I don't know. Probably someone with whom you work, right? They function, they live it, and they think they're fine. They think they're functioning. They think they're doing everything great. Is that why Tiger stacked that car? I don't know. Was he reaching for his phone? Was he trying to pass? Look, man, I don't know. But you can't excuse it if you're impaired, and especially, and I hear everybody telling me, man, Tiger should have a driver. I'm not certain I disagree with that. I told you yesterday, I'm rooting for Tiger to figure this out, not because necessarily he's Tiger Woods, but because he's a human being. Has Tiger had it tough? Look, Tiger has a life that so many of us, right? I mean, he's got more money than God. He's the most successful golfer in our lifetime, or most of our lifetime. He's an international superstar. He's dated beautiful women. I mean, he's got great kids, but he's got his demons. He lost his dad. That was a big thing to him. He's been reconstructed. Again, nothing's an excuse. I root for him like I root for a human.
I think that's absolutely fair, especially with someone that's been in the public eye as long as he has. You enjoyed what he does, and we have different attachments to athletes and why we care about them and why their public stuff matters, because they're not just spokesperson for the game, but wearing red, all this stuff that you get from Tiger Woods and his brands, where that's why you do have to address things when you're a public figure differently than everyone else going through something. But it's been a bummer to watch kind of the last few years with what's happened.
Yeah, no, and I want to say tragic. I mean, tragedy is tragedy, right? I mean, it's personal tragedy, certainly. It's hard to watch someone. I'm loath to say self-destruct, but it's hard to not say self-destruct. You know what I mean? Like, things happen, good things happen to bad people, bad things happen to good people. You know, how much did Tiger bring upon himself? Probably the majority of it, right?
Oh, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now the back injuries and playing and all that's not there. And you know, how much does that play into it? But I as I sit here and watch this thing unfold every day and literally sat there and watched that video and I'm like, holy smokes, what are we watching? And yet I couldn't stop watching it. I'm like the rest of us. It's like, you know, I'm mesmerized by the whole Tiger phenomenon, the good and the bad. And you know, one thing I never once considered, golf. Like, I didn't. I could care less if he plays next week, and I know he's not. I'll watch the Masters next week. I'm going to, you know, sit on that plane next Thursday. I get the Masters. Who's got the Masters on Thursday? Damn, dude. All right. But anyway, I will watch it. But I didn't think once about, oh, Tiger going to play. So, all right, 505-246-0610. This is David after Lobo basketball. He's in on the email, Jeff at sportsanalytics.com. After last night's game questions, Jeff, I'm not trying to diminish anyone who has to ask these questions, but what coach is ever going to tell you that he's leaving or staying in the press conference right after the last game of the season after a disappointing one? The only thing on a coach's mind in that moment is the disappointment of the loss and trying to make sense of it in the moment, along with the hurt you're feeling for your seniors and the guys you know won't be back. So a gotcha question like that won't ever get a thoughtful answer, even though it's appropriate to ask by a reporter to check a box. A coach won't ever say, hey, yeah, season's over, I'm out of here. Or, yeah, I'm coming back 100%, specifically in this day and age and under the current circumstances in college sports. The only value that we can debate what a coach meant when he responds that he's the coach now and is just trying to process the loss and what just happened. We'll find out in the coming weeks if Olin is coming back and which players are coming back. The only thing we may have found out is that his plan is to come back until it isn't. So for a question that must be asked, that's in quotes, I've never found any value. The only thing you usually learn is how good a coach is at giving a PR answer in the aftermath. Disappointing loss, or which ones will explode on said reporter. LOL, not trying to diminish those who have to ask the questions, but I've heard end of the season questions like that since Gary Colson, and I don't think I've ever learned anything new after season ending. As for the game, it was similar to the previous game they played away from the pit. They struggled offensively all night. Too many unforced turnovers, a terrible shooting night, and yet they still gave themselves a chance to win. If Hall can hit that open three with the score tied, I think they win. 1 for 10. Wow. I was surprised they still had a chance to win with him having a bad shooting night and getting anything offensive and not getting anything offensively. David, really good email. Is a coach ever going to tell you anything after? Yeah, there's been coaches that said, absolutely, I'm coming back. He's not going to tell you, absolutely, I'm out of here. And I hear where you're coming from, but I still will tell you, I think the question had to be answered because so many of you want to hear the answer. Now, did you hear the answer? You heard what he said. And I put more stock into what he said before the quote in the paper. JJ, I put more stock into, quote, my plan is to be here, end quote. Then I'm the coach at New Mexico, and I'm not going to talk about anything else. I mean, he said it, right? It's not like, it's not like, I don't know. I mean, he said, my plan is to be here. Now, plans change. That's why I say it's about 65% will be back. All right. Well, I've got to take this break. I'll get as many calls as I can when I get back. 505-246-0610 on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports.
This is a Westwood One Sport.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
or surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective, a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Well, I hope Olin stays, and I hope we can retain as many players as we can. That said, you got to put the ball in the hole. And Tulsa did it more times than UNM, and that was just it. I was waiting for Jake to break loose, and he had open looks. Just sometimes the ball doesn't go in the hoop, right, Jeff?
Yeah, no, you had a bad shooting night.
Yeah. So looking forward to the spring game. It looks like they're going to combine football and soccer. I don't understand, though. I haven't heard. Are they going to play the soccer game on the UNM football field?
I don't know.
No, they're not.
No.
Maybe we can do a deep dive into that.
I promise. Would you ask me? Are they playing United on the UNM field?
They're playing on the same day, so they're trying to get people out to the spring game early.
Yeah. So I guess walk across the street to the to the ice.
Yeah,
Coast Park?
that's what they're trying to.
Okay. Have a great weekend.
Right.
Have a happy Easter,
You as
everybody.
well. You as well. Harry, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Harry.
Yeah, I just want to say, man, I've been watching the Lobos since they used to be on TV late night on KGGM. I just want to say this past season, I went to the first game and I was kind of concerned. But I tell you, by the last game last night, I was pretty proud of them, man. They did a great job. You know, the end of the season was tough, but, you know, I thought it was a damn good job that Dolan did. Thought it might be one of the best seasons we've had in a long time.
Appreciate you. No,
Thanks, guys.
yeah, no, thank you, Harry. Yeah, it's a hell of a job, man. This coach assembled again, dude. Nothing. Here's an SID, some basketballs, and a manager, and there's a locker room. Go to work and be really good. Francisco, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Francisco.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Coach talking to other teams. Hey, it's part of the deal. Business. It's called leverage. You know, it's just what it is. So, and if you have something good, someone else is going to want it. And probably he'll be gone one day. Hopefully we could get about 3 seasons out of him. But here's the thing. If we keep winning, you could bring another coach in. It's about
even if
the
you
support
lose,
the program gets. And, you know, there's going to be coaches come and go.
Yep.
So keep supporting them. That's what we can do.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Appreciate you, man. I feel like Utah State all of a sudden. Right? They've been 3 coaches in 3 years, or now it's 3 and 4. Success is going to bring this, man. 3, 2, 1. Look at Terry. Everybody wants your segment. Hello, Terry. Can we hit that button, please? Thank you. Good morning, Terry.
Good Friday, Jeff. Good Friday, JJ. Thoughts and hugs to all family members. How dare anybody wait till the last segment on a Friday to call in? What's up with that? Nothing like a good hoe to start a holiday weekend. So, and that we've watched. Olin, he's 45. Cinetti was in his early 60s. Owen's got tons of years. Cinetti's got a few. So I remember Mike Montgomery when he kind of went to Golden State, leaving Stanford, kind of like it was his retirement thing, even though he went back to Stanford. So, area of the country, I'm kind of shocked UNC is considered better than Arizona in these days and times. 20 years ago, I said yes, but now NIL and everything, I think Arizona does a great job. So, but you guys have a great weekend and all that. Appreciate it. Be safe. Enjoy your families. Okay, take care.
See you. Oh, look at that. What everybody wait till the end for? Kind of crazy today. I do need to tell you about this, though, because right now, Vita Vital Medical is offering your initial blood work and exam for just $79 to figure out why you're feeling sluggish and fatigued and not feeling like you guys. So if you're not feeling well, if your drive isn't there, if you've just been sluggish, remember Vita Vital Medical. They are the experts when it comes to testosterone optimization, medical weight loss, peptides to boost your performance. Everything they do is medically guided, tailored specifically for men who want to feel better and more in control. So if you haven't been feeling like you, don't just think it's going to go away with a good night's sleep. Don't wonder what it is. Figure it out and get it taken care of. Vita Vital Medical, Albuquerque's experts in hormone health. 505-537-8484. 505-537-8484. Or online at VitaVitalMedical.com. VID is in David A. VIT is in Thomas A.L. VitaVitalMedical.com. And again, they're offering your initial exam and blood work for just $79. So go get it taken care of. All right, big weekend. We got the Final Four, Michigan, Arizona, preceded by UConn and Illinois. We got
UConn and Michigan.
I got Arizona. Dude, everybody's on UConn, even though Illinois is the favorite, the betting favorite. Everybody's on UConn because Danny Hurley and this. Give me Arizona, Illinois. I'll go exact opposite.
That's what I want to have happen.
So why do you have Michigan over Arizona, especially with the uncertainty of the point guard with Cadeau?
I expect him to play.
I do too. I do too.
And I think Michigan and Arizona are the most similarly matched teams that you can have at this. Like two teams, you're like, these are both great,
really good.
And to nitpick one way or the other, it is so hard to see where the other team is better.
All right, fair enough. I'm so torn. Like, do I wear my Block M hoodie for the Michigan game? I've always had an affection for the Arizona program. I always liked the Arizona program. They're my pick to win, but I'm out of every pool, so it doesn't matter. Do I guess I got to put it on, and I'm undefeated when I wear that damn. And I'm going to be up in Ann Arbor next week. They could have their parade when I'm there. Dun, dun, dun. Hail to the victors. I mean, I give them enough money, right?
You do.
Wegler goes nuts, and Illinois steals one. Everybody, and I get why everybody's on UConn, because their success. But let me go Illinois. Chupacabras are Tucson Sugar Skulls. It's feeding time.
Show up and find out.
All right, if you don't show up, watch. I'll have a call with Tessa Barrera and Natalie Bodie on Yahoo Sports and overnight, 3 o'clock tomorrow, out at Tingley Coliseum. Thank you to Coach X. Xavier Jackson was with us, the defensive coordinator for the Chupacabras. Adrian, great work, man. Great week. Appreciate you a lot. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome show's after that. Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas comes in at 4, and then you get Isotopes in Reno this evening. We're back Monday with award-winning radio. He's JJ Buck. I'm merely Jefferson. Be had a big weekend.
Huge.
Have a great, safe weekend, boys and girls. Be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.